Hi, everyone. My name is Chantal Elkin, and I'm the head of WWF's Beliefs and Values program, which works with religious and spiritual partners with our mutual goals of protecting and restoring the earth. I'm here with Gopal Patel, who's the founder and director of the organization Bhumi Global, and he's also an advisor at the UN on religion and sustainable development. So welcome, Gopal.
Hi, Chantal. It's great to be with you.
You lead the organization Bhumi Global, which is a Hindu movement to support Mother Earth. And I'd love it if you could just explain a little bit about why you started that organization and the links between Hinduism and the environment.
Yeah, so thank you. So I've been working in this space for about 10 years now with different Hindu communities internationally on issues of climate change and wildlife conservation and sustainable development. And we felt there was a need to formalize the networks we've built over the last decade to really see how we can ramp up ambition and activity amongst the Hindu community globally when it comes to the pressing environmental issues that we're facing. And just like all the world religious and spiritual traditions, Hinduism can bring a lot to the table when it comes to caring for the earth. One of my favorite teachings and values from Hinduism is the practice of ahimsa. Many people will know that from Mahatma Gandhi, who led a non-violent resistance. And this non-violent approach to life and to the world really encourages us to understand that around the world, there is always violence going on. And even within ourselves, we are causing violence to our own selves and to the world around us. And that we need to lead a life which minimizes and eliminates that harm as much as possible. And we see with the current ecological crisis is a result of us causing tremendous harm to the planet, to life, and to nature. And so this teaching of ahimsa is a really powerful one, which can help us step back a little bit and help us reevaluate just how harmful we're being to the planet.
So the wonderful festival of Diwali is upon us. What is the significance of this festival in Hindu life and for other religions as well?
Yeah, so it's a major religious festival, as you said, for Hindus, but also for other religious communities in India and in diaspora communities as well, specifically in the Jain community, in the Sikh community, in other communities as well. But for my faith, from the Hindu tradition, Diwali is the day where we light lamps to welcome Lord Ram, who is an avatar, an incarnation or a manifestation of God, who was in the story was exiled from his kingdom for 14 years. And Diwali is the day that celebrates his return to his kingdom. So the legend has it that as he was coming back to his kingdom, the residents were lighting lamps so he would know the path and the road back to his kingdom. And so Diwali is, oftentimes said as the victory of good over darkness. And that is certainly true. It's a way to celebrate and honor all that is good in the world. And so Hindus will be celebrating in a variety of different ways by seeing family, if they can, under the current pandemic, or definitely by eating and cooking a lot of really great food and sweets at home. And, I believe that Jain communities and Sikh communities and other communities would also be celebrating in a similar way.
I love this idea of the message of light conquering darkness. Is there a message in there related to Diwali and the environment that we can take into this modern conservation context?
Yeah, I think so. For me, I've been meditating on this for the last couple of days, and this central figure for Diwali, Lord Ram, really upheld certain virtues and values which are so much needed in our world today when it comes to restoring and renewing the world. And I think one of the foremost of that is just being a good person and holding up what is right and good in the world. And I think that's something that we desperately need when it comes to restoring the earth, is that we need to be living in a way that is good, that is wholesome and helpful to the planet and to other people as well. And also this metaphor of light over darkness, I think we need to shine a light on the state of the planet. And we know that WWF and other conservation organizations are regularly putting out reports to show the scale of the destruction of the earth. And I think the light that we need, in one sense, is to see what's happening, but also to light the inner flame of action and activism within ourselves to go out and do something positive for the planet. So the light metaphor works, I think, in a variety of different ways.
What would you say to the millions of people who are celebrating Diwali in terms of what they can do specifically to honor and celebrate the earth at this time of the year?
I think there are a couple of things I think people can do. You know, as people are celebrating Diwali, you know, they'll be very grateful for, you know, for what they have in their life, for their friends and their family, and for their health as well. But I think it's also an opportunity to be grateful and thankful for the earth, that Mother Earth, Bhumi in the Sanskrit language, gives us so much in abundance without really asking anything in return other than our love and respect for her. So I think Diwali is an opportunity for all those who will be celebrating across the world to really honor and give thanks to the earth. And in a similar vein, I think another thing people can do is maybe just offer a little short prayer or a meditation to thank her in a very intentional way. And they could also make some kind of vow to maybe plant a tree when they can, or to go out and do some positive environmental work. Because as I said, Lord Ram was in exile for 14 years before he returned to his kingdom. And the majority of those 14 years, he was living in a forest. And the story of his life, which is found in the text, the Mahabharata, really talks beautifully about how he was living in the forest with his family. And I think that's a real lesson for us, that even God in the Hindu sense lived in a forest. He didn't live in a office block, or he didn't live in a council estate or somewhere like that. He lived in the forest, he lived with nature, he lived with wildlife. And I think that's a really important lesson for us to understand, that all the richness of all of our religious traditions, whether it's Hinduism, Sikhism, Jainism, or other religious traditions, have so much wealth that's connected to the natural world. And I think that's something else that people celebrating Diwali could be meditating upon this year.
Gopal, I was wondering if you could actually lead us in a short meditation or prayer for Mother Earth that people could maybe offer and perform during this Diwali.
Yeah, I would love to. And I'd like to share a prayer in the Atharva Veda, which is one of the oldest Hindu texts. There are a series of prayers in worship to Mother Earth. She's called Prithvi in the Atharva Veda, and there's the Prithvi Shukta, or the Bhumi Shukta, which are prayers to the earth. And so I'd love to read one out in English, and people could maybe, if they feel so inspired, they could recite this on Diwali and on any day and every day, should they wish. The prayer goes as this: Mother Earth, you support all life. Goddess, you are maintained by Vishnu. Please maintain me always and bless this place.
That's very beautiful. Thank you so much, Gopal, for your beautiful message of light. It's very inspiring. And may I wish you a very happy Diwali, and to everyone who's watching, a beautiful and light and blessed Diwali.
Thank you, Chantal.
Thank you, Gopal.